Hi, my name is Lily Li, and I am the Trade Commissioner in Beijing responsible for Canada-China commercial cooperation in the minerals and metals sector. Welcome to join me for the next 15 minutes about the minerals and metals sector in China. I will talk about China market and market transfers, then Canadian presence, opportunities and challenges. In the end, I will introduce TCS service and how we can help from China. According to the World Bank, due to COVID-19 crisis, US economy contracted by 3.6% and the eurozone shrank by 7.4%, contributing to a global economic pullback of 4.3%. On the other hand, China's economy expanded by 2.3%, which made China the only major economy to grow in 2020. Understanding the government's priorities will help you understand what your partners in China are looking for. Recently, China unveiled its 14th five-year plan to guide the country's economic development over the coming 5 years. It will become the high-speed roadmap for China. China succeeded in becoming a moderately prosperous society with its GDP worth 14.4 trillion US dollar in 2020. In order to obtain its goal to become a modern socialist country by 2035, there are challenges China will need to address. China's stagnating domestic growth and the need for ecological and environmental protection. Green technology is a pillar, with new opportunities in water, air, soil treatment, new energy vehicles, and green building materials. Two concepts that recur the most in the formulation of the 14th five-year plan are dual circulation and Vision 2035. Dual circulation is a strategy to foster economic development based on internal market expansion and less on global integration. In the next 5 years, Beijing is hinging its development on inner circulation in terms of production, distribution, and consumption, trying to decrease its dependency on foreign markets and technologies. Vision 2035 is China's medium-term strategy for the next 15 years, which aims to play a pivotal role in defining global standards for the next generation of technologies. This entails that China is to gradually abandon its status of developing country. The plan aims to double China's GDP by 2035, implying an average annual growth rate of about 4.4% from 2021 to 2035. As the world's largest emitter of carbon dioxide, China has pledged to peak greenhouse gas emission by 2030 and reach net zero by 2060, emphasizing the need for a green revolution. Belt and Road Initiative is a far-reaching vision designed to enhance China's trade routes around the world. It provides access for Chinese exporters while redirecting the country's domestic overcapacity and capital for regional infrastructure development, as well as political cover for China's firms to pursue stable and secure supplies of resources. It represents a new global paradigm and rebalancing towards Asia, with China at the center. China is the world's leading producer, often by a large margin of more than 20 metals and minerals, including aluminum, coal, gold, graphite, lead magnesium, rare earth elements, and zinc. There are more than 1,500 major mining operations in China, with approximately 75% underground. The demand for minerals in China dwarfs that of any other country. The U.S. Geological Survey estimates China has accounted for 40 to 50% of global demand for minerals for the last 3 decades. In 2030, China will reach its population peak, and the demand for minerals will continue to grow, especially for iron ore, copper, and commodities closely related to new infrastructure. According to the 14th five-year plan, China encourages the development of strategic emerging industries and will accelerate the growth of new generation of information technology, biotechnology, new energy, new material, new energy vehicles, aerospace, and other industries, which will create huge demand for critical minerals. The five-year plan highlights green development as one of the major principles underpinning China's long-term growth, and clean tech collaboration is an area of significant attention by both governments, highlighted in the economic and financial strategic dialogue. Canada and China will strive to set the conditions whereby our bilateral collaboration and growing relationship accelerate our two countries' efforts to mitigate climate change, build resilience, and support clean growth. At the heart of all these new green mining regulations, the key policy objectives in China are similar to other jurisdictions, including operating cost reduction and productivity gains, environmental impact reduction and remediation of historical contamination, safety, and energy use reduction. Canada remains one of the top destinations for Chinese investment, with the majority being invested in resource sector. Recent successful investments in Canadian projects and Canadian firms by Zhaojin Gold, Shandong Gold, and Sinomine Resources are good examples. According to the Heritage Foundation, between 2005 and 2019, Canada attracted $56.7 billion in Chinese investment, ranking number 6 globally, only behind US, Australia, Britain, Switzerland, and Brazil. Canada and Canadian firms continue to have a strong reputation in China. Heath and Sherwood, Cypher Environmental, and BQE Water are all having great success in the Chinese market. Mining service supply companies could have significant growth potential with the support of Trade Commissioner Service. In our discussion with Chinese industry, there is considerable interest in partnering with Canadian firms that possess solutions and technology in mine waste, water treatment, and alternatives to cyanide for gold extraction. Given that 75% of China's mining operations are underground, there is also strong interest from Chinese industry to identify new innovations and techniques such as deep mine ventilation and hoisting solutions to improve not only the safety but overall performance of these mines. China is expecting digitalized, intelligent, and automation mining equipment together with up-to-date information network to increase overall safety and efficiency level, reaching maximum cost-effective result. The Chinese industry views Canada as a world leader in mining, with strong expertise in gold and non-ferrous subsector. As more Chinese mine operators look to expand their international operations, there will be more opportunities for Canadian and Chinese firms to advance projects in third markets. A good example would be strategic partnership of Barrick Gold and Shandong Gold. China is also a source of significant outbound investment capital and is actively looking to secure a steady supply of important metals and minerals through new investment deals aimed to ensure its economic growth targets are achieved. I would encourage you to continue the conversation with us after viewing this presentation, but want to leave you with a few China Business 101 pointers that address some of the challenges Canadian firms face in this marketplace. The first one is local context. China is not a single market. It is a collection of regions. Relationships here are often personal, not institutional, so we recommend you to come and visit often. Of course, there will be language barrier and time difference. And the major players in mining sector here are state-owned enterprise, and they have bureaucracy. People can make decisions based on many factors. The second one is intellectual property. IP issues, contracts can also be a big concern for Canadian mining service and supply companies. We have a team at an embassy dedicated to provide IP advice to TCS clients. There are a suite of products available to Canadian firms on our website. Meet with us early in the process to discuss this potential. Due diligence. For Canadian companies looking to do business in China, no matter the business model, whether through trading, investment, or joint research, the key is to find the right partner. Due diligence is always important from both front door and back door. Capital flow. China has recently made it more difficult to transfer money out of the country. More scrutiny on project economics by the central government. Only good projects with sound economic fundamentals are going to be approved. Trade Commissioner Service has been on the ground in global markets, supporting Canadian business and contributing to Canada's economic prosperity. TCS has evolved into a network of more than 1,000 trade commissioners in over 160 offices worldwide and across Canada, serving more than 14,000 active Canadian firms. TCS has been in China since 1906, when we opened an office in Shanghai, long before we ever opened an embassy. There are now over 100 professionals working for the Government of Canada in support of commercial results in China. We are client-centered, and we measure the results of our efforts. We support Canadian client firms, small, medium, and large, that are prepared to export, innovate, and grow. We provide recommendations for market, for example, due diligence, fraud awareness, IP protection, and we have hands-on experience at local level. Reaching out to TCS Service, you will have access to our extensive network of contacts and service providers. And we have experts at home and missions abroad with plenty of experience regards to problem solving for contracts and disputes, licensing and registration, IP infringement, and market access. So, how can you work with the Trade Commissioner Service? Just set up a meeting through virtual B2B platform during PDAC or send us an email. The TCS also has offices right across Canada that are ready to provide you with support and be your main point of contact to the broader network. Every year there's a significant Chinese delegation that attends PDAC. Due to global pandemic, PDAC becomes virtual this time. However, we would still be pleased to work with you virtually to facilitate introductions with potential new business partners. PDAC is a great opportunity for us to connect with both suppliers and project proponents so that we know what you are up to and can assess how China might fit into your commercial objectives. In 2018, Beijing welcomed the Mining Suppliers Trade Association and its delegation of mining service supply firms to China for the first time. The mission was anchored around China's largest annual mining trade show, China Mining, and included a 4-city roadshow through China, meeting with leading mine operators. We will be looking to replicate the success of the inaugural roadshow again later this year, probably in virtual format, and we would please to share more details with any interested companies. Prior to this event, Beijing plans to conduct a market opportunities webinar for Canadian mining service and supply companies. We will invite local key industry players to share in-depth market information, current trends, and opportunities in China's domestic mining sector. Topics will focus on green mining and digital mining subsector. It will be a great opportunity for Canadian companies to deeply understand the mining sector in China and have direct dialogue with key industry players. Finally, Beijing commissioned an extensive China mining market study to identify new opportunities for Canadian firms. I've covered many of the report's key findings in my presentation today, but can provide you with an electronic version if you are interested. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to schedule a meeting with me on the B2B platform. And if you have any question regarding China market, reach out to us. We're here to help.